Alright guys, I'm making a video. Here is purple berries that you can eat. Look, I'm collecting them and saving the seeds because these ones are going to go to waste because nobody eats them, they just fall on the ground. And yeah, they go back to the earth, but I say they're going to waste because at the same time we're taking minerals from out in the country and using oil and gas and resources to bring all of those minerals in the form of food to our supermarkets, which we also power with electricity and oil and gas, and indeed people's hours of their time to set up this system of food. But we have all this food right here which is going to waste. You can see how much there is. We're just in the park. Look, there's a cricket game going on over there, and here we are just on the other side, and there's lots and lots and lots of purple berries. I'm going to show you that they're edible. Look. Hello. They're good. They're really good. There you go. There's more food in here too. There's a magpie. See how many berries there are? There are lots. This is thanks to the bush care over at Leichhardt, who planted all of this native foods here. And look, we have a bee hive in the tree that's going to have some honey in there. I'm not entirely sure how one gets honey out of such a beehive as that. And for the moment, I have enough food in the form of berries. If I get sick of berries, there is also wattle seed. Can you see this? Here. Here's a little wattle seed. So we just take that black thing off. Whoop. That's the seed. It's got a little sugary coating. There it is. And you can just eat that like that, and I'll eat it again. Hi. Oh, I missed that one. There we go. Got two that time. Yum. So they're good too. Crunch, crunch. They got sugary little coating, and it's like a good little grain. I'm sure you can grind that up and grind it up with a rock as well, but I'm just using my teeth right now. Tastes fine to me. So there's lots of these too. Look. Oh, yeah. See all over this tree. There's another one over there. Another one over there, and further down. And I haven't even moved yet. This is all within about a 2 meter radius. Should we look at the little grasses and shrubs and stuff too? I'm sure there's little herbs in that. Probably over here. Here we go. What do we got on the ground? Oh, it's warrigal greens. Just baby ones coming up. Yum. Gonna eat that one too. Yep, see me eating it? It's good. Salty too. Yum. Eating it. Yeah. There we go. A little bit acidic, that one actually. I imagine there's probably some stuff in the soil here from building up over the years. So that one doesn't taste as good. I just leave that one, let it go. But this purple, take me right back. Yeah. And there's so many of these, I just love them at the moment. Yeah, so that's where we are. Little place here in the park in Glebe, and you see. Let's walk out and just see how close we are to everything. But most people just don't notice it. So I guess I'm just spreading the word here. Here we go. And now we're in the park. There's people playing frisbee. Just in there. We'll keep going, shall we? I'm actually enjoying this. Now this, what we see up here, is an avenue of date palms. Who knew? Dates grow right here. That's a fig tree. With our little lorry there. Yep. figs aren't quite ripe yet. Here's the date. Should we look at them? There you go. Here's ones. Eat that. Yum. Oh, these are the best. These are so sweet. Not a lot of flesh on them. Look, that's the side of the seed. But there's so many of them. It's the same thing. It's just all this food is going to waste. And you want to talk about nutrition and the vitamins and stuff in this stuff. It's the best. You don't get better. And that's just from one tree. We should have a closer look. See how many there are. You know, all around here. Then the next tree. Same thing all around here. You could come with buckets and fill them up. You know? And these keep too, the dates, of course. So you just keep them dry and you know, not airtight where the moisture all gets mouldy to them. Yeah, so that's the date. Look how many trees we have here. You could just sit by one of these trees all day, have breakfast, lunch and dinner without even moving. That's what you wanted. Good to stay active though. Here's another one. See, look, more. A close look at this one. Look at that. So we just picked the good ones. You know, not that one. That's nice. Yeah, delicious. Just eat it like that. See? There you go. Look. Yeah. And you get to see really cool things when you get in the ground too. Look. That's a very delicate little fella, rainbow lorry fella. It's just beautiful. You got red, yellow, and a tint of green. And the little fly likes it too. It's climbing all over it. You get down here, you see all the ants moving. The whole ground is alive. The whole ground is alive. And about the wood chip, I talked to the landscaper the other day, and the wood chip, it makes lots of dust that's not healthy for them to be breathing. So we are going to move away from wood chip because the landscapers don't like it. Why they haven't themselves not just told their bosses that it's not very nice to breathe the dust, I'm not sure, but we'll have to raise that sort of awareness and consciousness within the council so we can find a nicer way to garden around these trees. Look, here's another one. I'm only halfway down the avenue. There's just so many fruit here. I gathered a whole bag of these yesterday. Stay in the grass, it's a bit nicer here. There's a cricket game. Oh, I missed him. Looks like it's going for 4. Beauty. Good shot, brother.
Well, that's exactly where my mouse back is, though.
Hello there. So here we go. Here's another nice little rocky outcrop. This is the spot that I'd be thinking it'd be great to have a bit of a city farm, you know what I mean? So that's the preschool in there where I went to preschool. And there's some big trees, more dates here of course. And this area is a bit barren as you can see, and the soil does need rehabilitation. They've planted an oak tree over there, which I think is lovely. I love oak trees. And it'd be great to have, you know, some ducks and chooks and a few cows to milk and goats, and of course the main element would be the vegetables and the fruits and the berries, the medicinal herbs, and the sustainable timber in the form of trees, which we can then use to build things like say, well, for a start, the tool shed and a little gazebo for the garden itself, and any little fences you might need for the animals, and eventually you see things like over here we have metal fences for the preschool. I mean, wouldn't that just be great to get the whole community? Look how close all these neighbours are, you know, get all the community down and we'll start working out how to do sustainable timber. So we'll be growing up our own trees just in the neighbourhood, and then we can use that to do the fencing and things like this. And when that roof needs replacement, you know, when it does, we'll by that time we'll know how to make timber roofs and what's good for infilling the roof. Not sure yet, either timber panels or we'll be looking at these palms. Look, you know, I mean, they say it's back to the future. That's really what it is. We're remembering how to be sustainable this short bracket of time when we're using metals and stuff. Whoops, that's another little, look, that's a dandelion, that's a weed apparently. Tastes good to me. Here's another one. Here's a dear little flower, let's have a look at that. Oh, look at you. Beautiful. I shall call you Pink Flower. Great, so that's the little pink flower, got 2 of them. And I'm sure there'll be more of them around here soon. Beautiful little things. Bring joy to a man's heart. Good stuff. So, yeah, I guess we're getting about up the top of the hill. And that's some kale that some folk has planted. That's fun, isn't it? Right here. Look. This is kale. And that's good to eat raw, of course, just like this. Eat that, yep. Who knows what that is, but I can tell the taste is going to be too bitter for me right now. So I don't want to eat it. That's a little native lily or something like that. And there's little violets. Aren't they great? Yeah. They sure are. Cool, so you know, you can see the potential there is around here for a bit of care and love and getting some bit more plant biodiversity in here. And the main thing for a piece of land like this is just let it grow. Really just let it grow, you know, and just go from there. I put a little oak in there. You can see it's just died because it hasn't had enough water. I haven't watered any of my gardens at all this year. I've just said that what lives will live, and they're going to provide us with drought-resistant seed next year. So we just go from there. I'm not starving right now, so that's the way to do it. It's the way to do it while we got the cushion of other food to eat. We'll use the time to breed some good seed for next year. Yeah. So that's got some great, you know, there are some trees coming up here, and let's learn what each of these little plants is good for as we encounter them. I'll keep walking down here. Whoop! I spilled my little berries then. It's very soft on the ground though. I used to roll around here as a little kid, running down the hill, somersaults, cartwheels, you know, forward rolls. We used to get cardboard boxes and slide down this thing. It's great fun. I love this. This is a palm tree in a fig tree. So I love trees in trees. I've also seen a fig tree in a palm tree just up the road, so that's nice, isn't it just? Yeah. So, yeah, we're getting towards the end of the little videola here. That's the preschool, where I went to preschool. Pretty good in there. They've got huge potential for a little gardening program, though, I got to say. So, sort of what I'm working on now is I build my own garden first, so I have something to show for myself, to say, you know, this is what I do, this is what I'm about. And then, you know, sometime in 2015, which is my year of purity, 2014's been my year of strength, and I think I've quite adequately gone in for a good, strong year this year. 2015 will be about purity, so I think that's probably worthwhile meditating on that a little bit before putting myself in a preschool. So that's the way to go anyhow. This, of course, is purslane. Delicious. I just ate some mallow before. It's probably my favourite plant of all. But you just saw me do it, so I guess you know what it's about. Have some purslane. Yummy omega-3s. Thanks, Taylor, who told me about that one in Melbourne. And this is pretty cool coming through here. Is what you're actually going to see is these little things. Now that's a good example because you can see in here. There are nuts in there. So, you know, that one's got a nut inside it. So you crack it open with a rock, which I'm not going to do right now because I've got some at home already. And you got a little nut that tastes like coconut. Yum! Alright, and here's a big old fig. This is my mama tree. This is my home mama family tree. You see it and just behold. Keeps going. Yeah. Oh, the sky. That's it. Look at this thing. It's just beautiful, hey? Now I'm going to take you to my little home where I slept for a couple of nights, about a few weeks ago, I guess. But I just really wanted to sleep outside. I haven't done it for a few weeks, not sure why. Just go on cycles when I remember about this stuff and then forget again. But I just carried a bunch of leaves and put them in that little hollow there. And I slept there a couple of nights. It's freaking brilliant. That light, unfortunately, is on, so it does get quite bright and I cover my face. But can you just imagine waking up in the morning and then suddenly you see this? It's just awesome, hey? So that's just life. That's life all around us. Here's my mama tree. Here's my mama spot. There's my home base. Right here. Alright. Good on you guys. Thanks for being here. And you're welcome anytime here in the park, you know. This is what I'm doing. I'm looking after it and talking with the other people who use this place. And I'm making sure that's going to be healthy in the future for all the little ones. Look at them all. Look at how many little ones there are all around. It's a Sunday, of course, so all the families are out. That's it. So we just make sure all this stuff is good going forwards. And there you are. See if you can zoom out. Don't know why it was zoomed in. Probably better zoomed out the whole time. There you are. Beautiful. Alright, we're connected now. You seen what I seen, and spread it forward because we've got to be doing this everywhere where you are. Don't go and tell your friends, oh, I saw this great video on YouTube of this really awesome guy walking around the park, you know, stuff like that. Nah. Just tell your friends about the foods you can eat. Go and experiment yourself. Just try a little bit. If it doesn't taste good, you spit it out. Just experiment with this stuff. There aren't that many different types of plants even in the inner cities, so you get to know them real fast. And you can do it. You can do it. And then you'll be the one to show the next people, and we just go from there. Because the native foods, wild foraging is one part of it, and the other part of it is planting and growing our own foods like that, you see? So this is some sap. This is going to be medicinal because I've got a few little blemishes and that on my skin, which is just really giving me grief at the moment because I keep forgetting about it, and then when I forget about it, it just gets bigger. So got to stay conscious of those things. That's what all of this is related to as well, is healthcare, both your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. And something like this sap is just very, very strong smell, which really returns you straight away from all of the toxic, carcinogenic things coming out of that bus over there, and that car here, and wafting over from where the factories are that made this car here and this asphalt, and the machines to make this stone, and the electricity that goes into that light, and the other car, and the radiation's coming from those copper wires up there. So it takes you away from all of that carcinogenic stuff and takes you just back to where we are here. And of course that's a place of optimum health, which is where human beings can survive. And I beg your pardon, I don't mean survive at all. We're moving away from that word, aren't we, as a collective? We're moving towards the word living, because this is what it is. It's living in optimum health where there's no such thing as disease, and there's no such thing as this hard, scratchy ground that's given me problems on the bottom of my foot. You know what I mean? So I got to stay on top of that, keep myself pure, and that's what we're moving into next year. Here's my little fave too. Is just a little nasturtium. Yeah, great. You see that? Yeah. Straight in. It's great. This is our public housing down here. That's good people's in there. These guys just moved in on the corner. They lived in China for 7 years in an apartment block. They're really chill, and the first thing they did when they came was plant a huge veggie patch at the back here. You can just see the top of it. So they got veggies coming up there, and they know what they're doing. That's a little papaya in there. Never know if it's fruited though. This is the first Confucian Chinese temple in the continent of Australia, founded in the 1850s, and historically they have had an orchard in there and also a kitchen garden, but it's fallen into disrepair. So I mean, you'll see that's another huge opportunity potential for this block here. We're talking with the neighbours about making this whole area all the way up the hill into a pedestrian area with garden beds along the side. And so far all the neighbours are really supportive of that idea. So we're going to look at it more moving forward. This is me compost. This is the active compost where I just put stuff straight on the top there, and within about, I swear to you, within about 2 or 3 days, this stuff just breaks. Oh, let's see if I can do it with one hand. I just do it with 2 hands, obviously. Within about 2 or 3 days, this stuff is just broken down into. I mean, look at that. Look at that. You can put that straight in a garden bed. That's delicious. And that's what we've been doing. That is what we've been doing. Up the top of the road here. This is the front, this is where I sleep. This house here, yep, that's me. Funny, eh? It's big pumpkins coming up here, and they're gonna grow on the roof. Like my friend Juka from Bali, who pioneered that idea. So here we are walking up the top of the street. We're going to see into the temple for a moment. It's nice, hey? Pretty cool. And that's a place of worship of the divine and appreciation for the Creator. So it's a nice place to go in the mornings, and it's a beautiful place just to sit and meditate and return to home, which of course is the marvellous earth we live on here. This is my neighbour. I guess he's mining or something. Anyhow, all the neighbours love what we're doing here in the gardening. And that's here. That's the top here. So this is the neighbourhood commons. First time I've been up here today, actually, so I've got to say hello to all of them. Hey.
It's going real well.
Yeah, it's growing, eh?
I like that. It's got a good feel about it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. There you go.
It's a good use of space.
Yeah, we'll have more of it in the future.
I noticed some people and stuff up here too, so it's good. I know a few people around here, they've got little gardens going everywhere. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised things are growing so well. You must have a green finger.
I don't really do much. I just put him in the ground. I don't even water them.
Well, those ones are coming up. They're going good.
Yeah, I know. It's
They were actually going to die, but anyway.
and to you, my friend. See ya. There you go. They thought they were going to die, but nah, they just come straight up. I don't water them, like I said. Look what we got here. Let's have a little soil inspection, shall we? See what we find. So under here, already you're getting moisture there at that level. And nothing much coming up there. But over this way, you see there's little shoots coming up? See, there's things growing all through here. And we're going to see more and more in the future. All of this stuff I planted, well, some of them are seedlings. Like this rock melon was a little seedling. And some of the tomatoes, but I think these smaller tomatoes came up from seed in the compost. This one I planted, of course, it was in a pot. That I found that one around the neighbourhood and put it in a pot. This this is just my absolute favourite thing in the whole world right now. This is heirloom corn, which I planted 4 days ago. I sowed a seed in the ground 4 days ago, and you need to behold what is going on here. That thing is already this tall, you know, look at that. That's just amazing. There's another one coming up there. They're just my absolute favourites right now. And this is everything just growing, you know, it just goes. There's some tomatoes, they're greening up. A little bird's gotten into one of them. But that's okay, because we do like all the animals here too, and we understand that the animals and the plants go together with nature and what's happening around here. So this climate zone is really a rainforest. So we'll have a lot more beautiful discoveries to do of all the different relationships between plants and animals. That's the remnants of a flower mandala in the shape of a heart that my beautiful friend Brunhild did last week. It was just a pleasure to behold. And here's some little chickpea seedlings that we put in the other day. Chickpeas are going well, the other ones not. They were too small, and that's my lesson learned. That's what we're doing here. We're just doing and learning. And just going. Keep going. We will have a little look in here, see what's coming up. So what's coming up there? Here we have a rock melon by the looks of it, another melon, a pumpkin, this thing's and another pumpkin. And that's just going to be this thing's just going to go. This is a lily pilly. I really hope it comes through. Could give it some water, but you know, you look at the weather out there, it's going to rain this evening, so it's going to be perfect timing. This is of course a pepino from Brother Jackson up there, and we'll see how they go. Got lots of them cuttings in. They're all going to come through nice, I think. That's a year-old compost, neighbourhood compost. It's just cooking, you know. We got some beans coming up here. Got some little pumpkinos. You know, they're all just growing up. Look, here's another little shoot thing coming through. Who knows what that is? Planted a whole bunch of stuff in here. There's another little shoot one coming through. We'll just wait till they get a wee bit bigger. That looks like a cucumber or a rock melon or something. Some viney type thing. There's another little shoot coming. Look, it's going to be great. It's going to be just great. We've got some beans in here. How cool is that? How cool is that? Yeah, that's awesome. So those beans are going great guns. They love it. Just love it. And that's pretty much the grand tour. Oh, we got a bit more. We could keep doing this for hours probably. But let's see where we're at. Now this is a nice little thing. Brunhild suggested that maybe we could put some beans in here. So we did. And look at these. The beans just come straight out of the tree there. So that's a couple of beans and a little squash here. And I have a feeling they're going to be really, really good. I'm obviously going to save the seeds for that one and plant them next time for the next crop, you know. First few crops might only just be to save seeds, and then we'll really start getting to go once we get the council on board making all of this tarmac. You know, what you really want is this. This is what you really want. You want to return the tarmac to the mother below, because we're suffocating her, and these little bits, this is like a breath of fresh air for everybody, for every resident of the earth. All of this garden's coming through, and this is just a baby garden, as you can see. This was literally gravel, and all we did was lay a layer of compost and lettuce scraps and stuff from the greengrocer, and put a bunch of seeds in, and then put mulch on the top. And these ones went as seedlings, these 4, as you can see, but everything else just come up like that. All these little ones. So that's going to be pumpkins, and furthermore it's going to be pumpkins that are perfectly adapted to this sunlight spot, you know. We're talking about microclimates here, so this particular garden bed, you're really looking for different seeds right here than you are even from over there, where we've got a different feel about it. So that's why, you know, trading seeds and stuff and buying them on the net is like, it's great to get started. Really, where we're aiming for is each little garden, you know, we know about, or little area at least, you know, we know about these seeds and we know how to keep them. So there you go, that's the beginning. This is the Glebe neighbourhood commons, and you see where we are going into summer. You see just where we are, and of course things are just growing from here. That is, I've showed you a lot of food coming up, and you could certainly live 24/7 off this stuff. The thing is that you just need to. I find myself, I still having all of these learnt memory addictions to things like sugar and bread and chocolate and processed foods and stuff, because that's what I was brought up on. So I just like, I return home to that sometimes, but that's what we're all in the process of doing at the moment, is resetting where home is. We're cleaning out our home and we're making a new home, everybody. So that's where we're at. That's why I just filled up on beautiful little purple berries, and my stomach's feeling great. And I arrived home here now, ready to share the love further and beyond. So we will see what happens from here. Here's the nursery. Do you want to see this? Yeah, why not? I'll just keep going. You know, you stop any time. I know you're real. There's apples here. It's great. They're fig cuttings. We'll see what happens. Aloe vera, yum. What else we got in here? Oh, these are little citrus things. There's some goticola from Brother Jackson. That's just beautiful. Got some basils coming up. Another apple tree. And these are all oranges. The buckwheats did not transplant. They just didn't. Look, I didn't know what to do because they're so big. They're looking for the sunlight, you know, because I planted them inside. But they just didn't transplant. So that's a direct sow. Better off next time. Yeah, these are little oranges and stuff. They're all going. They're looking great. So they're going to keep going like that. Here's those nuts I was talking about before. See, I got a whole lot of them there. And you just break them open with some water and pestle, and before you know it, you got a handful of meal there. So this is what we're about here, the Amako house. That's the seed of the earth and the 4 chakras of the earth and the 4 directions and the elements and all of this stuff. And it's not totally coloured yet, but it's the entrance for the moment anyhow. So there you go. Well, it's good to be here, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully, you know, in person at some stage, or just take everything you see and just do it where you are. Just do it, because this is the future. All of this stuff, foraging and growing, and just we're on board with everyone. There are no enemies, so we just keep talking about. Just stay focused. Stay focused. This is the most important thing I'm saying to myself right now. Stay focused on what matters. The basics of life. We need to set in the system where once the system's in place, we don't need to think about the basics of life anymore. You know what I'm saying? So what do we need? Food, water, shelter, and family. So we just stay by, or add your own, you know, whatever. We just stay by this system that can provide all of those things for eternity. And the way that is the garden. The garden, food, water, because the garden, it makes the whole place moister, and it brings the rain down. Look at that beautiful rain coming in. It brings the rain down. Shelter, well, not only does it provide us warmth in the winter and cool in the summer, but it also provides us with fuel if we decide we need to burn a fire. And it also provides us with construction material if we decide we need to build a barn or a house. You see what I mean? And of course family. And this is the most important thing of all this, is understanding about love, which is really simple, to being open and calm and gentle and aligning oneself with nature. Because harmony is natural and happiness is natural. And that's where we're coming from and it's where we're going to. And any time you find yourself without harmony and without happiness, this is an aberration. In some cases, in some family lines, this is an aberration that's been going on for 8,000 years. Passed down from father to son, from mother to daughter. Because the souls have been so unawakened that they cannot even fly back up to the stars upon death, that all they can do is just slime around in the general vicinity and crawl into the next being that happens to pop out there. So these spirits have been staying in neighborhoods and staying in family lines for thousands of years now. And it's time for everyone to realize that and to become more conscious. Become more conscious of the stars and spend some time looking at the stars. Open your eyes, literally, because that will let this cosmic radiation into our minds and it will start to awaken all of those things a little bit more. And it will make all of this stuff easier. We'll be able to get over all of our addictions and get over all of our illnesses. This is definitely about healthcare and becoming all of us perfect human beings. And part of that is about having a perfect environment. So you see here we have a beautiful garden, and there we have just an ecological piece of total muck, awful, hurt my feet, and make it hot here in summer. And now we go back. Oh, and here's a beautiful garden, you see? You see, this actually has food that I'm going to give to my neighbors. This is providing to my neighbors. This is what I do day by day, is I grow things, and we grow things because we're a household now, you know? We're a household and we're also a block. We're talking about these projects as a block. We're going to pull this road up and turn this garden, take it all there. We're talking even about we can talk with the temple there, because these guys really ought to be a cultural beacon in Australia, I think, of planetary harmony and unity between the Anglo-Australian culture and Asian Australian culture. This is the place to do it. This is the first temple in the whole country, you know. And this is something that the quote unquote mainstream, that is to say the majority of Australia, still has not quite come to terms with. So this is the place to do it. And personally, I think we should be celebrating that. We shouldn't be sticking just to Anglo culture. We should be letting in all cultures, celebration of all cultures of the whole earth. And upon that coming together, that's where we find what works best. So we're becoming more conscious of all of these things. We're learning that when we die, we can meditate and gain some amount of direction for our spirit and our soul and send it where we choose. So that's a good thing to be doing in meditations, is to be exploring the depths of the galaxy and the universe and the cosmos, to find out where these spirits reside, and therefore become conscious of where we are on Earth, and why you as a spirit why your soul initially decided to come here, as we all did. Every single one of us here have all made that decision to come to Earth. It's not for no reason. This is not stupidity or idle decision making. This is extremely calculated, sometimes over 1 million years. This soul has been planning to be here now at this time. And so we've come here now at this time for a reason, for a purpose. And I have no doubt that we've now gotten to such deep places, and you've now watched this video for so long, that any single human who's possibly listening to these words is most definitely within that extremely highly developed seed group of people all around the world who are coming together to bring about this change. You are the change maker. You are in that almost unfathomably small compared to the total population of the earth right now. We're looking at 7 billion people soon, and we're talking about hundreds of thousands, or maybe by this point 1 million or so, people who are really tuning into where we are as a planet here and able to articulate these truths. And that's what we're doing at the moment. We're learning to articulate these truths and have these things pass through us, and therefore celebrate the interconnectedness of all things and the interconnectedness of all the people here and all the messages here that are talking about love and harmony and peace and unity. So congratulations for making it this far. You want to come inside? Sure, yeah, let's do it. I'll just do it for, posterity. Selamatkan penunggung. Here we go. That's the guest room. This is where people are allowed to stay. That's Tiana's bed right now. This is where Elisa's been staying. That's a wardrobe which is empty. Here's another room which has currently become free. That's where Guy is living. This is a room in transition. This is Johnny.
Hi.
Hi. I'm making a video of a tour of the park. Yeah. And I decided to come into the house too. We're going a 42-minute...
My face on this right now.
Oh, yeah. 42 minutes long so far. So congratulations to anybody who made it this far on the YouTube video. This is the office. Johnny's the new caretaker of the place for the next week or so while I go away. When I hear from them, I'm going to a festival, but they haven't been certain about when the leaving time is yet. But that's all right. This is the place to relax and be. And this is the celebration of all cultures. And you can see all of the energies in there. Yeah. So here we are in the place of peace. And this is going to be the last stop on the Grand Tour. This is going to be the garden that will be growing next season. So when these potatoes turn into potatoes, we'll dig it up and spread all this around, and here's where the seeds are going to be sown. Back to the mother, back to the origin, forward to the past, remembering the ancestors of past and future, the elders of past and future, and knowing that here is where we live.